Right. Kush, thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, nice one, Joe.
Yeah, love to be here.
Nice to be here.
Love to see you again.
Yeah.
And then for anyone who don't know, who is Kush? Tell me about yourself, your background.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
property investor for the last 3 years from Stafford, so local. And before property, I used to work as a design engineer. So basically designing car interiors. Did that for about 10 years. And I'd never really wanted to be behind a desk all my life, right? I don't think anyone does really. No. Just kind of the system that you fall into after uni. So started looking at property investing, what can I do? And then found some training online. And then focused on a strategy called rent to rent. Mm-hmm. This is basically where you take a property from a landlord, use the right contracts, and they know what you're doing. Yeah. You essentially take the property and you rent it out night by night. And what I've been focusing on is renting to contractors or insurance stays. So if someone's house gets flooded, they need temporary accommodation, and they'll come to us and put them in a fully furnished home, right? And that's kind of taken off. So I've been doing that. I've been deal sourcing as well. So finding those type of rent-to-rent deals for other investors who maybe are still working, haven't got time. And then we've also done our own refurb project as well, which is now turned into an Airbnb.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been a good journey over the last 3 years, and it's continuing.
So for your job, did you started investing? Did you just finish work straight into it?
No, so I was doing both.
I did
for
think
about a year overlap. I was doing both. So it's like a full-time job plus another full-time job.
Yeah.
And a bit like yourself here, like you're putting all your energy and passion into it.
Yeah.
You don't see a result straight away. So you got to put like the time in.
Yeah.
And it's like delayed.
I did think that because I thought fair play if you just done it just a click of your fingers. I was gonna
Some people do.
And I think like you'd be good enough to make it work, mate. Because I remember like you obviously we met when you viewed a house I had up for rent, and I'd never heard of rent to rent until I met yourself. Yeah. And then obviously like I said looked into it, and then like I said it was all completely new to me. But I was dead impressed with the way you presented yourself. Communication, everything.
Yeah, thank you.
And then no, it really was, and that's why I kept your number, and then I've just randomly reached out because I knew I was going to do this, and I thought Kush was great. And then actually, just when you did that, I remember I remember you saying you're in property and you're going full time, and I've seen your Insta in that. You did a podcast with Samuel Leeds, didn't you? And I listened to that, and I was dead impressed with the way you conduct yourself, the way you do everything, mate. To be fair, so that's off to you. Yeah, and I think that it does show, and then. Like I said, I didn't know much about rent to rent, and if someone had told it me before I met yourself, I'd be like, no, I wouldn't even entertain it. But then when you come round and explain what you're going to do, this is how we do. You had everything all lined up. I thought that sounds pretty good, to be honest, and I trust you, and that's what it is about, isn't it? It's about you as a person.
100%, and that's what it's about. Like in whether it's property, any type of business, it's a people to people thing. Yeah. Like people buy from people. You need to know, like, and trust someone before you work with them.
100%.
So, if I can understand the value that I bring to you as a landlord and make your life easier, it's win-win for everyone, isn't it?
100%. So, we get paid what the going rate is, and then you do your bit. Yeah. Is it? Do you still do rent to rent now, or do you? Is that? For someone, that's the best way you'd say to get into property at the start? Would that be?
I think it depends on your situation as an individual. Yeah. So if you've probably got not a massive lump of money to put into a deposit, I mean, you can get a rent to rent going for about 6-7 grand, maybe a little apartment, or a house maybe for 10 grand. All your deposits, furniture, everything. And you're away, you're making money, so it's a lot less capital up front.
Because obviously when you need the percentages and all that, it's a lot. It's a lot of money, isn't
Definitely.
it? I'm gonna probably to and fro all over the shop here because I just mentioned that Samuel Leeds. Did you do Sam's training then? Yeah, is that what did?
So I joined Samuel's Academy. Yeah, I'm still part of it. Yeah, so I've been in there 3 years, and to be honest, the network is amazing.
Is that the main? Where did you first go for it? Where did you just see it online? What's the?
Well, I saw Samuel on YouTube.
Yeah,
and just sort of watched more of his content. Yeah, he did crash courses back then.
Yeah,
£1 crash course. Went to one of them in Birmingham, and I didn't sign up on the day.
No,
I walked away, and I think 2 weeks later, I just called them up and
just done it.
Academy.
Yeah.
So that's like a 12-month mentorship, but since then I've stayed in.
So it proves it's obviously you think it's worth it. Can I ask you how much it is if you don't mind me asking? Was that
that's 12 grand. For 12 months.
12 months.
But what I always say to people is, you could probably do everything yourself.
Yeah.
It's going to take you longer.
Yeah.
And you're going to make mistakes that's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
So you might as well pay the money and get mentorship and
Yeah.
be part of an environment where in that environment, someone 100% has had the issue that you've had.
Yeah.
They know how to get through it.
That-
It's like a cheat code.
It 100%. It just accelerates it sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Any training you've had for this.
Yeah.
And the network you build.
Yeah.
Gives you more
So
confidence.
100%. Some of the people I met doing the course of the podcasting, it's just that was probably worth its weight in gold anyway. Was the people I met, and it's just they were really nice people as well. And it's just great to meet nice people.
Definitely. You don't know where that relationship will go.
No,
either.
100%. And like I said, I met my mate Azeem there. He lives in Switzerland. We talk quite a bit. A couple of lads from down London, we chatted again, and we got like our own little private WhatsApp group. And
Awesome.
it's exactly that. And it's just great to have them people, because this is like no one I know does try and do something like this. So just having them friends that do that, if I need any advice, and it is it's everyone's just there for you, which is goes a long way, mate, doesn't it? That
Definitely, yeah.
So whereabouts in Birmingham was it?
It was just I think some sort of hotel.
Just sort of go along. You seen it online? Just literally booked on, and then just went for it.
Yeah,
and then
he doesn't do them anymore.
No,
but yeah, I mean, just the £1 event itself, there's loads of value in that.
Yeah,
talking through the strategies.
Yeah,
that's what kind of opened my eyes to. Okay, you don't actually need a lot of money to start
to do this. Yeah,
and the one that's like sort of even lower barrier to entry is deal sourcing.
Yeah,
it's finding a deal for an investor.
Can you talk me through deal sourcing? Because I like I said, you were probably the first chap I met. I hadn't been to any property meetings at this point when I was renting my old house out. We had one buy to let we did ourselves. A separate one. We just went in there. It's obviously now I know it's BRR. We literally just went in there, bought a wreck, just did it up, and it was great because when you're doing all that and you touch wood, as long as you get it for the right price, you can't really go wrong, can you? It was very probably vanilla, but it was safe. Yeah, exactly that, mate. So that was my we done that. Sort of just novices, me and my wife, and then and then obviously we rented our old house out, which you viewed, and then that's when you were telling me about renting. I was like, I've never heard any of this. And I was like, this is it's probably exactly what you said, just educating yourself. You probably, like you said, you've just skipped. It's probably took me how many years to sort of just learn everything anyway by the sake of not paying the capital as such. But it's obviously when you haven't got it, it's sort of catch-22, isn't it? It's sort of
you got to do what you can do.
Yeah,
as long
100%.
as you're taking some sort of action.
Yeah, agreed.
You'll get a benefit definitely.
So where have we got now? What we got?
But that house she showed us, I think that was like 2 years ago at least.
I think it must have been. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it will. It would have been around that because I've been in here 2 years in May, and then obviously we moved back to my mum's while this house was going through sort of thing. So we had a couple of months at my mum's that she was obviously thrilled about with me and my wife and the young just one. I only had one kid then. So
no cooking though.
Yeah, that was great, mate. I loved it. I don't think my mum did. I literally had the best couple of months ever. It was great. No bills either. It was great. It was superb. We just saved ready for this. And obviously not everyone's in that fortunate position to do that as well, are they? So I was very, very lucky that my mum would have me, but if I asked her beforehand, can I do this while I wait for this other house, she probably would have she'd never say no, but I could tell she'd sort of
nice to have that option.
Yeah, and I left her choiceless, mate, to be honest.
Yeah.
So mate, I remember you saying when you viewed that day, did you I can't because some time ago. Do you got some in Milton Keynes as well?
Yeah, I did have. That must have been 2024 or so at some point. I took them on in 2023.
Yeah, I think that.
And then what happened was I was living down there at the time.
Yeah.
So I was working for Nissan, basically, through another company, but for Nissan ultimately. And I was living down there. So that's quite a popping area. You've got people commuting down to London. You've got all sorts of events going on. Like they've got concerts all the time. And it did work. But then what happened was I went full-time property, moved back up here. They're 100 miles away. When I actually looked at the numbers, I've got some units here and in Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah.
Milton Keynes ones weren't making enough money really to warrant
going down there.
The time
that,
and the
would you have a special area now that you look for? You just try and keep it close to you, go all over because people. I had a chap on last week. He goes up to Sunderland, but his wife is from up there. So he said he's obviously wife's family up there, and they spend a lot of time up there anyway. But he did say if his wife weren't there, he probably wouldn't have got into that area. So I was just curious on your position.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point, is to like pick your patch and focus on it and get to know it really well. So for me, it's Staffordshire. So Stafford and Stoke-on-Trent mainly.
Yeah.
And as I said, targeting contractors and insurance stays or relocators.
Yeah.
So it's not just, we advertise on Airbnb and Booking.com, but we don't rely on those platforms. I think a lot of people think rent to rent, or you just rent a house and stick it on Airbnb and hope for the best.
That's probably what I would have thought, mate, to be honest. But like, I do remember you saying if you just told me before I spoke to yourself, I would have just thought that it's obviously that. But I remember you saying, obviously, like you said, you have people that contact you who've got a group of lads working down there and stuff like that, and they'll have like contracts, and that's that makes perfect sense.
We're from here. At the start, I didn't think it'd be that busy, but if you look around, there's work going on everywhere.
Like you said, everywhere.
Construction. So they all need places to stay, and actually, it's a better value proposition for them to stay in a house together.
They can get more lads in there.
More lads that can do all the cooking, cleaning, park the vans on the drive. You know, but ultimately, it is a win-win for everyone.
Yeah,
they have a good experience.
Yeah, with that as well, exactly what he said. Especially around Stafford, like he said, they're building that new road, aren't they, up by Junction 14? They're building like where Pets at Home was, and that's like he said. There's plenty of work going on everywhere, isn't there? To be fair,
Stoke-on-Trent as well.
So it's the same.
Yeah, loads of construction, and that's what I mean. When you understand the value that you can bring to them, it makes you more confident when you go into a landlord.
Yeah,
and you're solving their pain point as well.
Yeah,
because you know, like we talked just before we started about like problem tenants.
Yeah.
You're removing that from the landlord for 3 years.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a big positive.
100%.
You know, they get their rent paid every month on time. Sort of small maintenance stuff we look after. Yeah. We even absorb the cost. And the landlord's just relaxing.
So let's just talk through that then. So if let's say I had a house for rent, you come along and get it. What do you take on with that then? You'll pay the bills, and like I said, you just do basic maintenance, so the landlord doesn't have to do to a degree, like as long as the boiler doesn't go, etc.
Yeah, I mean, let's say you've got a house and we like it. We'll, nearly always, unless it's a brand new build, we'll paint and decorate.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, we'll fully furnish it. You know, put nice artwork on the wall, that kind of thing. Fully kitted out kitchen. Literally, the guest just comes with their bag and everything's there. Yeah. Even the internet, everything's all set up. And then what we like to do is just bring the landlord back as well after we've done that and just say, look, here you go.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
brilliant. A lot of them say, I can't believe it's the same house. You know, so definitely a good point for a landlord to feel like their assets being protected, they're getting paid on time, and it's constantly being checked as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, with an AST, you might not see it for 6 to 12
No,
days.
you don't tend to.
But this way, our cleaning team's going in like every other week.
So they're keeping a good eye on it and know exactly what's happening. Like, and that's brilliant, mate. To be fair,
what do you reckon? You got a house?
Yeah. Honestly, like you said, if you told me about rent to rent before I met you, and if someone said, I was like, oh no, I wouldn't be interested, to be honest. But when you sold it really well, and like you said, like I said, opened my eyes to a lot of things. Because if I'd just heard about that, I'd be like, no, I'm not interested. But the way you come across with it, you said, look, this is what we'll do. We'll have it for 3 years. This is the contract. And you sold it, mate. You sold it. You sold it really well, to be fair. And like you said, especially, I trusted you, and that's what it's about, isn't it?
The people thing, isn't it?
Exactly that, mate. Yeah. And I didn't think, this bloke's trying to rip me off here. I don't think he's trying to do that. He's guaranteeing me rent for 3 years, and I believe in what he's saying. So
that's good.
Well, going back to that, you know, you just said like people just think you get an Airbnb and just put it on there and hope for the best. My mate technically did that in Stone, and honestly, mate, he's flat out. He's got a little one bedder in Stone, flat, and it literally off the charts, mate. He said like he'll have it booked in, and he'll say that might be some availability for next week, and then 9 times out of 10 always goes.
Really?
Yeah, and he just I wouldn't. It's basically people. He's had someone work there for a couple of months. This when he first did it. That they were happy with that arrangement because he went in on the weekend and cleaned it for him. And he said he was really happy with that. And then obviously give him a bit of a discount to do that. And then the chat went somewhere else after. I think he's only had 6 months posting, I think. But then he literally just had people going Alton Towers. Just like there's I can't remember what it's called. You know, Cheltenham, they've got the Churnet Valley Railway there. I might be getting that name wrong.
Trent Valley, is it?
You got it's like it's over Cheltenham way. There's like an old railway and that, but people there and Alton Towers. I think I just said that one, but it's like the dog show at the showground and stuff like that. He does things you wouldn't even think of, and he does really well, mate. To be honest, so well. He wants to get another. Because you just, I wouldn't
That's
think
what happens. Yeah.
Exactly that. I just wouldn't think people are going to Stone for an holiday, would you? Like even or like visiting family and just like he's even had someone just driving down to Cornwall and just because we're in the middle, aren't we? Just an halfway house it was.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like if you think about a 1-bed flat, let's say he's paying like £800 a month rent.
Yeah.
And he's got a bit of bills, so like a couple of hundred, maybe 200-300 quid. But if he's charging like 80, 90, £100 a night. You only needed like 1 week,
to sort of cover everything. Yeah,
everything else is profit. So yeah,
well, I know he owns it outright. To be fair, as well, because he bought it. Like I said, bought it a wreck and then done everything himself. He's a really handy chap. His brother's an electrician, and he's done a really good job with it, mate. To be honest, but like if you looked at that before he did it, you'd say he's an absolute lunatic. Like, do you know?
Yeah, risky.
Yeah, but it, not even that because he got it for a good price. It was never just converting it and selling it. He would have done himself wonders anyway. So it's all about what they say. As long as you buy anything for the right price, wouldn't you? If it's the right price, you can't really go wrong, can you?
Definitely.
That's the one thing I've learned.
And
just
like,
got to buy right.
He could always like put a tenant in.
100%, yeah, as a backup, yeah. And like you said, but honestly, he enjoys it that much. He's got a normal buy to let as well. But he definitely prefers he obviously got to go around each day because he does it himself, and it's only around the corner for him. But he like I said, if it works, it works, doesn't it? Yeah. And like he said, it's just. But that he 100%, he won't mind me saying that. He fluked that, and then like hats off to him. No, exactly that, and just give it a go.
There's always an element of risk as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what you have got to be aware of, haven't it? Yeah. It's just like it's no risk, no reward, as they say, isn't it? But just calculated risk. Don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
What else have we got on it? Sorry, mate. I know you're doing.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to jump in. Mentioned deal sourcing.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yes.
So deal sourcing is basically where you find a property deal.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a rent to rent. It could be like a BRRR. So you want to buy something, run down, do it up, add value, and then refinance it and rent it out. You find that deal and you package it and look at all the numbers and negotiate the offer with the agent, and you put that all together and you sell that opportunity to an investor.
Mm-hmm.
They might be cash rich and time poor.
Yeah.
Like, professional, good career, good money, but not got the time to go and view a house in the rain on a weekday, for example. Or talk to the agent on the phone.
Is this on right? I think if I'm right in saying a lot of these are around £3,000 they normally charge the deal source. Is that sort of average? Is it percentage?
Tends to be the going rate for like a rent to rent. Some of the BRRRs and bigger projects, maybe 5-6 grand.
Can be more, can they, for buying it? But the rent, because the same again, I hadn't heard of any of that until going to obviously speak to yourself about rent to rent, and went to a property meeting. There's a chap doing that there, and I thought that sounds great, doesn't it? To be honest, like the people that have got the money, haven't got the time. If you can go all there, we all know what a good deal is. And if we can, like, if you haven't got the capital to take it on yourself, at least if you, like you said, package it up for someone else.
Yeah.
Is it what is that your? Do you do that now as well? What's your favourite thing to do?
Rent to rent's probably the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Worked really hard getting a good, strong, direct client book now. So a lot of the bookings, maybe at least half the bookings we get now in our properties are direct.
Oh, superb. So you're not straight to you. Really
good client base. We've had some guests staying with us for over 2 years now.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it? So they're obviously happy.
One of the big things that I've realised is just giving great customer service.
Yeah. Making
sure the guest's happy.
Yeah. I've seen some of your photos online. It's like a hotel, isn't it, with all the towels and like you said, make it.
That's it.
Exactly. Make them, like you said, really enjoy it. Like
that's it. Yeah.
Was that with the? If you've got a few of them around Stafford as well, is that, I suppose, getting that the clientele you've got and building them relationships, that'll give you so much confidence to get another and then not be too worried because you've got them. Yeah. Would you run it past them saying, look, I'm on about getting one here? Do you ask them where they need it?
Yeah, potentially. Potentially for some of the long-term people, we've had those discussions. Yeah, and also like if they've got referrals elsewhere in the country, we would like to do that as well.
Yeah,
so like pick places and just like sort of target that. But with the deal sourcing, still do that. And what I've started doing now is sourcing deals, but then managing it for the investor.
Yeah.
So if you imagine a rent to rent, so the investor lives in London, he's a doctor, got the money, wants to earn a bit of money on the side, but hasn't got the time. So I'll find him the deal, package it all up. He agrees to it. He's happy. But then we'll do everything. We'll do this.
You'll let it for him, basically.
Yeah. So we'll furnish it, stage it, list it, manage everything, manage the guest communication, manage all the bookings, everything. And then you just get paid every month.
And then you just take a
take a management fee.
Yeah, take a management fee, and then everyone's happy.
Yeah, but those numbers are baked in at the start when he's decided whether he wants it or not. So from his point of view, he's put a bit of money up front to get set up. Yeah. But then every month after that, it's just completely passive.
Yeah, and then he doesn't have to do anything. You take on all the headache as such, and just so that gives them peace of mind.
Not too much headache.
No, well, I was going to say, when you built them systems up, which I dare say you have, like you said, it's sort of brilliant, isn't it? But just the selling point to them, isn't it, that they've got nothing to worry about, have they?
And it's like a proven recipe now, so we can reference back to all the other units we've got.
You can show them.
Give examples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, brilliant, mate.
That's good. It's good fun as well.
Yeah. So if you basically Stafford, Stoke, anywhere in Staffordshire.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah. Was Milton Keynes the first? Obviously, that was because you worked down there previous. Have you got any eyes on anywhere else?
Potentially the northeast.
Yeah, a lot of people got there.
Sort of combining like the BRRR, but then with the end of it being an Airbnb. Yeah, so like if you think about buying something run down, do it up, renovate it, and then do Airbnb, you get like a super rent. Yeah. So that's quite good.
That's one to do. Because that's you'll do it on rent to rent, but you'll then service accommodation it for them. Was that am I right in thinking you went up the northeast? Have I seen you up there on your socials in the past? But this is probably going back to when you
probably a couple of years. Yeah. But yeah, I think I went up for at least a week. Did loads of viewings. There's so much value up there.
I was going to say, you get a lot for your money, don't you? The chap I had last on, Dave, he's called, the bearded property guy. You'll have to check him out on Insta. He's really, really, really good. He's a proper nice chap as well. And he's done quite a few blocks of flats up there. Okay. And they tally up into the millions, and he's done some really good deals, to be honest. And he takes massive pride in it. And he said, like I said, you get a lot for your money up there, don't you, in comparison? But he did say it's creeping up in value there. He said Sunderland has spent a lot of money on the actual city itself, so he said it is definitely creeping up. Like
a lot of infrastructure changes up there, definitely. A lot of people working.
So it's a good,
but it's still a good buy.
Yeah, so it's still a good place to try and get in now, isn't it? If they're still doing stuff.
Yeah. But I think, having said that, mate, it's like you can buy a good deal anywhere.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It just depends how much money you've got. Yeah, but you can always auction's a good way to get a good deal. Maybe if you've not got all the money, you can use bridging finance. Yeah, so there's always a way. You just got to think outside the box.
Have you ever done that? The bridging.
I've done bridging.
No. My mate did it, and the one that bought that flat, and he did it with something else, and he did say it's pretty nerve-wracking. It was his first time, and then luckily he got it all done in time and that. But it's definitely it's not for the faint-hearted, is it? You want to get a little bit of experience before you jump into bridging.
If you don't get it completed by the end of the term, you're paying a lot.
It's massive percentages, isn't it? Yeah. That's definitely not for the faint-hearted.
No,
but definitely, I think, like you said, if the deal's worth having, it's worth doing, isn't it? But like you said, just don't. If anyone's listening, it's just starting off, don't do bridging without knowing what you're doing.
You need to know what you're doing, definitely. Yeah.
Because like you said, a few things can go wrong, can't they? Like projects can take a lot longer. Definitely. And a couple of months could cost you a lot of money, can't it?
And that's where having some sort of training or education helps, because you can learn from someone who's been there and done it. Yeah. And even show them the deal that you're looking at. That's get a second pair of eyes on it.
That means that helps so much, doesn't it? Seeing it from just someone else, just having their input, even if you pretty much know what you're hoping they're going to just confirm with what you're saying. It's just that peace of mind, isn't it, by someone to say that. Going back to, I had another question. How important is a mentor?
Oh, it's so worth paying the money to learn from someone. Yeah. If you haven't got the money to learn, to pay someone, you can just learn so much on YouTube. To a point. Yeah. But if you can get a mentor, 100% getting one. Yeah. You're ultimately investing in yourself. Yeah. You're going to improve so much from learning from someone who's been there and done it. Yeah. And it's like, what's the saying? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Yeah. You're going to become like who you're around.
Yeah, completely agree with that.
So spend time with people who are successful, and you'll be successful.
It's going to happen, isn't it? Yeah. I couldn't agree more with that. And then my thing with this, my always saying is, at the minute, nothing's going to change unless I don't. So I need to do this. Like I said, get on here. I've got to build it. if I just keep going home, going to the gym and just walking the dog, nothing's going to happen. I need to put yourself out there, go to meetings, do that. And then things I won a mentorship actually from the property meet in Stafford a couple of months ago. Have you ever heard of Jim Halliburton, the HMO daddy?
Oh, I don't think so.
He's from Birmingham. He's got a lot of units around there, and he's 74 now. He didn't start till he was 40, and he just does it for the love now. And he's a proper character. And then I was really fortunate. Like you said, it's quite a lot of thousands to do normally. I was there, and I just won the top prize to be his mentor. And it's like you said, I've learned so much in such a short space of time.
That's
and
cool.
I think I was literally. Before it, I think I might get a mentor just to try and push myself on. I wanted to have a serious look, and then just from going to that, it just happened. And then obviously, bonus for me that I won it. But I was going to go down that route. I think same again. Nothing's going to change unless I do. I need to start making it happen. And then luckily, I didn't even have to. Didn't even have to fork out the money in the end, luckily, and then I spent it all on this.
But also, when you say that, the important thing is that you were in the right room.
Oh, 100%. That's from going there. That's from looking online, making myself go. I say making myself go. I really enjoy it. But obviously, some of the times I start work, it's quite an ass to get there that late, and then I've got like a couple of hours for the next day, and it's just got a couple of young kids. It's just trying to balance everything,
Sacrifice,
isn't it? Yeah, exactly that, mate. But like, if we weren't there, it wouldn't have happened. And just get yourself out there. If anyone is just listening to this, it is just starting. Just go, just look online, see what you can do, reach out to people, network, and it's so important. Just
people are so accessible now. Like on Instagram, you can message anyone.
Yeah, 100%.
Like they might not respond, but a lot of people do.
Exactly that.
So,
and worst thing they say, if you ask them, they might not reply or say, no, you've lost nothing. Just reach out. Yeah, I think I was guilty of that in the past. When I was younger, I probably thought I was too cool to start messaging people I don't know. Whereas now, if I see something I like it, I'll message them saying, "But that was brilliant, mate." And I think it's just more just putting yourself out there and like I said, it takes you 2 minutes and hopefully you might reply, and then you can maybe build something from there. And it's exactly what you said. If you're around successful people, you will be one. And it's just get yourself out there and do it. Yeah. I've got a favourite place to invest on here. Okay. Is that so? We're just going to go with Staffordshire.
I think that's probably the only place.
Yeah.
If you think about what we've done so far. But a favourite place, I think it boils down to the place that you probably know the best.
Yeah.
So like, maybe let's just pick on a trend like people saying, "Oh, invest in Dubai or invest here, there, and everywhere." But yeah, that could work. But I'd prefer to say like learn about the area then.
Yeah.
Learn about it, get to know it, become a bit of an expert, and then you're making an informed choice.
Yeah.
So that's probably the best area, I'd say. Like, just think about it. Just
somewhere and just do due diligence, find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully got plans to build anything in the future, and just, completely.
And then kind of like you can just build on deal 1, 2, and 3 in like the same area.
Yeah.
As opposed to being all over the place.
Yeah. Especially if you know that well, you know what a good deal is as well, don't you? And if it's like I said, if you're stuck in here, there, and everywhere, you're just going to be. Yeah. It's hard to compare, isn't it? Whereas in like you said, if you're on that one area, you know that place is nice. That's a good street. That's close to the train station. That's going to be where they're building the new jobs, and you can just.
That's it.
Like you can put yourself in the right position,
especially when you're starting out. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're like more established, you've done loads of deals, you can kind of like have a team and use more of a different approach. But yeah, when you're starting, just kind of focus on. One area, and then like just kind of go from there. I
think that's the best thing to do, because exactly what you said. Until you build and expand and you're more experienced, then you might think, well, yeah, that's not too far. I'll do that. And then the same again. If something's the right price, it's worth getting, isn't it? But as long as you know it's a good deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, what else have we got in here? I need to stop saying that and get better. Best and worst deal you've had. Best and worst. So
best deal. Yeah. So I won't say where it is. It's in Staffordshire, right? But it's done so well, and it's probably the one that I doubted would do well.
Was it? And then
it's always booked. A lot of direct bookings, and guests love it.
Just literally just.
That was the best one.
What made you think it wouldn't be as good as your others? Was there any?
I think location plays a factor.
Yeah.
Pictures, like the colours that we used, like really pop.
Yeah.
Location, colours, that kind of thing.
So what made that one? What made that one just from obviously you took it on and just transformed it.
Yeah.
But like, what it must have thought is pretty good to still do it anyway, but you just done better than you expected. So it just exceeded expectations. Yeah, that's the main thing.
Been good, yeah. That's better than the other deals.
Yeah.
And And it's been consistent.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, it's been consistent. That's been really good. Surprised me myself with that.
That's that great lesson though, isn't it? That as well.
Yeah. And then kind of the other deals trying to like replicate that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the standard.
Yeah.
So really happy with that. And then the worst one, probably one of the ones in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
So I had 2 down there on the same housing estate, new builds, sort of 5 years old when I took them on. Nice estate, sort of 10 minutes to the train station. So
yeah, ideal.
Everything's
Like you said, you're not far from London there on the train at all, are you?
I think it's less than an hour. Like, was it half an hour?
It's not far, is it?
Yeah. And yeah, so I had the 2. I had the one first. That did all right, to be fair. Making decent money every month, quite consistent. Then another one came up, sort of 2 roads down. I thought, it's the exact same house, same layout. The only difference is it didn't have carpet downstairs. But I thought, okay,
that's not going to make a difference. You'd think, would it?
It's the same house, parking, nice garden. Can take 6 guests. It should be all right. And for some reason, it just never took off. We made a bit of money, but I don't know reason why. But the first one kept doing okay. The second one never really got off the ground. So I've done a post about this on Instagram as well, about using the right contract.
Yeah.
So because it never took off as well as I wanted it to, I was in a position at 6 months to hand it back without a penalty or anything like that. So at the time, I had a friend setting up one of his own units in Bedford. So we kind of did a deal on the furniture and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I got out of that one.
So,
kind of in an okay position.
So that lesson learned from that, then that's a good thing. If someone was getting into that, they could just literally do a 3-year deal, but you've got like a little disclaimer.
Break clause.
6 months.
Yeah,
I think that's fair as well, isn't it?
That's fair.
Yeah,
landlords kind of get it as well. Like, you've taken a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
We painted the house. So he got that for free.
Yeah.
So he was all right.
Yeah, exactly that.
He put a tenant in after.
I think like you said, if you come to that with me saying that, because most of the tendency, obviously, with this new renters right, all that crap, but the 6 months is sort of how I do anyway. Because I think for me personally, I wouldn't want to sign up for 12 months. So you don't know what's going to happen in life, do you? So I think 6 months is fair. So if someone, I think that's a great thing to take away from that. Like you said, 6 months clause, because like you said, it's a win-win for the landlord. He's had it redecorated, sort of thing, and then
I think the lesson,
de-risk it for yourself as well.
Yeah, and the lesson that taught me was like, you've still got to try, but ultimately there's a level of risk with every investment. Like some deals work, some deals don't, but you just got to make sure that you're satisfied when you're stacking the numbers.
Yeah, when
you're doing your diligence at the start, like just satisfy yourself, and then if it doesn't work, just go again. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, no, brilliant. What would you advise you give someone starting out? I know we briefly said a few things, but just someone starting out, let's say they've got 5,000, that's it. Yeah. What would you do? What would you say to them? I'd say put that 5,000 into some training. Yeah. Just so you know what you're doing. Like focus on one strategy as well. Yeah. So find someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah. Who can teach you that strategy, learn from them, and then just improve yourself and put yourself out there. Like you were saying. Yeah. Like, get yourself in the right room. Yeah. And things just happen, don't they? Every time I go there, I meet someone, and you just meet nice people. Everyone's there for the same reason. Yeah. I've never, touch wood, I've never met there and just think, I can't fucking stand that bloke. Do you know what I mean? I've never had that. Yeah. Everyone's always really, really interested in what you're doing. Is there anything they can do to help? They'll give you free advice. And like you said, touch wood, I haven't gone there, and just everyone's really welcoming, because they know if you are going along somewhere for yourself, it's daunting, isn't it? Yeah. And like everyone I have gone to, people have been brilliant, and it's always been really worth going. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so I definitely recommend look at your go on Google, find a local property meeting, just give it a go. If you go along once, you don't like it, don't go again. It's enough. Yeah. It's one night out of your time, isn't it? But I guarantee you won't. You'll go. You'll keep going. And one thing I want to say about investors is, like, a lot of the questions that new people have is, I don't have any investors. What you need to do is, like, look through your phone and just start ringing people, tell them, like, okay, I'm in property now. This is what I'm doing. I'm finding these sorts of deals. I've got all these estate agents contacts now. I've got 10 viewings this week. You know, if you're interested, get back to me or kind of refer me as well. What can I just ask? What I think that's great advice, that is, because I'm sort of in that position now. I'm sort of like, that's why I'm trying this. I'm sort of I'm tied up for another couple of years so I can release some equity. But I'd love to get some investors to carry on. What would you like? I said, look for your phone, but I think that's a great
bit of advice to say, what would your sort of you got any like what would your return rate be? I know it can obviously vary. If you got sort of
Yeah, I'd say instead of just having like something in your mind that
Yeah.
you're going to offer, kind of have it as a case by case basis.
yeah,
To, like talk to the investor.
yeah.
And also like you need to maybe reference the deal.
Yeah, because
Move
you
through.
need to see, they need to see
Yeah.
it, don't they, and that, and just
Yeah.
sort of be on board with it and know it can work, and
Yeah.
obviously know the money's safe, which obviously.
Yeah, but you've got a case study already. You can
Yeah,
show
well, 100%. I
That's
have,
the
yeah,
thing.
and I'd never, for me, myself, I'd sell my own house before I did anyone out of money. I couldn't be able to live with myself. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like yourself. I'm an honest person, and like you said, your name's everything, isn't it? And I'd make it work, and I wouldn't buy anything rubbish, but it would just be nice to get the ball rolling again. Really.
Yeah, well again,
But-
that can be a win-win because
Yeah.
there could be so many ways that you can structure that deal.
Mm.
Like it could be a joint venture where you've
Yeah.
got split ownership,
Yeah.
split the profit after,
Yeah.
or it could be like a return on interest, like give them 10%.
Yeah, the sort of just
Something
sort
like
of going. Is that sort of the going rate? Really, is it 10? You need to be better in the banks, don't you? Because if not, why would they bother?
Well, what do you get in the bank now?
It's awful, isn't
Nothing,
it?
isn't it?
Absolutely
So, yeah.
awful. But
Yeah.
I think that's great because I want to do that myself. So I haven't even done that myself. So I'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
And like you said, you just got to reach out, and then
That's it.
same again. We're still say no. It's like you haven't lost anything, but then they might mention that to someone else that thinks, well, that sounds all right. I know him. He's all right. We'll
Yeah.
just maybe have a look at let me have a look at that deal that you've got, and then
Yeah.
might be able to come to some sort of arrangement with someone. So
I was just ringing people in my phone. This was like before Christmas.
Yeah.
And one of the guys I met on a training course and sold him a deal.
Did you?
Just from a phone call, yeah.
just
You don't know who's looking.
no, exactly that. No.
Yeah.
Did you just literally just rang him saying, look, I got this deal here. Would you
It was
I
more.
just
It was more like,
catch
this
up?
is what I'm doing.
Mm.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah.
And kind of went from there. And it was like, oh, I have got this one available. Oh, okay, I'm interested. And
Yeah.
then before we know
Just-
it, we've done it.
And like you said, you
And
didn't
he's happy now. so
exactly that. And you wouldn't even know that was a lead if you didn't have that.
That's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So your phone books, and it could be anyone. It could be a family. It could
Yeah.
be people from people you used to work with 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, you
and,
never know.
and also, if nothing happens, you just reconnected.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nice always just to do that as well, isn't it?
99% of people were
Yeah.
just happy that you called.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Yeah, just to catch up. So
Yeah, definitely.
big lesson there.
Three favourite books. I'm
Oh, three favorite books.
like for like self-help, do you know what I mean? Out you with property, just you know what I mean? Like
I'm reading one at the moment. I
Yeah.
haven't finished it. It's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
I'll
By
have to
Stephen Covey.
I'll have to add that to my wish. This is why I'm doing it, because I've listened to quite a few, and then
Really good.
everyone I haven't got, I just keep adding to the wish list. So
Yeah, it's really good.
I'll have to check that out.
Atomic Habits was pretty good.
Yeah, I've listened to that one. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then another one. Good question. They're all sort of business books.
Yeah, that's what I want. Self development, sort of open your mind, just sort of business.
Never Split the Difference.
I think I've had that one.
Yeah,
I
it's an
think-
FBI negotiator has written a book.
Yes, I have. He goes
Can't
on
remember
about.
his name.
I
but-
can't. I have listened to that because he goes on about. If I remember correctly, he goes on about someone. He shoots someone, and he writes a note saying, "I'm a reasonable person" or something like that. But he thought he was, and obviously, well, he just killed someone, mate. But they think they're being reasonable.
And they got
And,
him.
and that I do remember that. So I have listened to that one. It's a while ago now, but
Yeah.
I'm literally. I ask every one person. I've got it on the wish list, and just I have plenty of time to. I'm not much of a reader, but I like Audible, and
Yeah.
just like you said, it's just any just trying to get a little bit better every day, like so.
Yeah. And also, Amazon's really good. Like, if you put in any of those titles, it recommends other good ones as well.
Does it? I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
So just keep working your way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's it, mate. Of course. And then thanks very much for your time, mate. I really do appreciate
No worries.
it.
And for all you guys listening, this is like a great little setup as well.
thank you.
Nice spot, professional. And no, I wish you all the best with it. And I appreciate you having me here.
No.
And hopefully, we can do a part 2 next time.
I'd love to, mate, because like you said, hopefully I'll be a bit more in rhythm then. I'll have some cameras, I'll fill it them.
Yeah.
I'll sort some
We'll have
things
some new
out.
projects as well. we can
Yeah,
talk through.
no, 100%. I'd love to do that, and like even to get like a case or anything. That would be great, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I first met you, I was just dead impressed, and like I'd thank you very much for coming down and
Nice
for
one.
taking the time out, coach. I
Top
really
man.
appreciate
Yeah.
it, mate.
Nice one.
Honestly,
Thank
thanks
you.
for that, mate. Top
Cheers.
man.